I guess if they had a poor record otherwise, in addition to that, it could ultimately lead to a suspension, or the worst penalty of all would be an expulsion. But that would be a very extreme case.
But that would certainly have a very far-reaching effect, yes, on the child's future.
Absolutely.
And again, I stress that this could be a result of not your child consuming the alcohol, but just being present at an event or something where alcohol is around and being consumed by others.
It's exactly right. In fact, in Naperville, too, also has a what they call a presence restriction ordinance. And I should probably explain the difference to the viewers who are lay people, the difference between an ordinance and a statute. And an ordinance is something passed by your local city council. It only applies to the municipality in which you reside. But Naperville has what they call a presence restriction ordinance. So even if the person is in a private school, so that the public school policies might not apply. But if they live in Naperville, and even if they don't live in Naperville, if they're at a party where underage children are drinking, again, they don't have to be the one drinking. Right. If they're present and alcohol is being consumed by minors, there is an ordinance that provides that you can get up to a $1,000 fine. So there is some criminal or quasi-criminal sanctions or penalties that can go along with it too.
So besides the impact on their education, there can also be financial penalties assessed, I would imagine, then to the parents, yes?
There is a parental responsibility law as well that actually imposes civil liability on parents in cases where, for example, underage children are consuming alcoholic beverages. If that should happen to lead to an injury,
yes,
and that doesn't have to necessarily be a car accident. It could be a fight, break out or something, and if it's attributable to the fact that the child was consuming alcoholic beverages, the civil liability is up to $100,000 now.
Oh my
so,
goodness.
I mean, there's really some teeth in the statute. The state legislature just decided enough is enough, and they really put some teeth into the law now.
Oh, it sounds like our legislature really is taking this very seriously. So that's very helpful. And I would just add that although there is a difference between an ordinance and a statute, both things do have what we call the force of law, yes?
Correct.
That there are sanctions associated with that. So
the main difference, the ordinance is local and confined to the municipality where the person lives or where the conduct takes place, whereas the state statute applies throughout the state of Illinois, uniformly.
Very interesting. Okay, I'd like now to turn our attention, if we could, and I'd like to reintroduce Attorney Donald Ramsell. Don, thank you for being here tonight. I feel especially privileged to have you on our panel.
Thanks, Susan.
Don is literally, as everybody here knows, one of Illinois' leading lawyers on the issue of criminal law and specifically on drunk driving infractions. And Don, I invited you this evening because I thought it was very important for our viewers to get a full picture. First of all, starting with Dr. Manassa, to give us a little bit of background on what we as parents might be looking for in our children or in our adolescents within the family unit, what things we might be able to do to sort of ward off these problems that many of us find ourselves faced with. And Fred's been very helpful in outlining for us the impact on a child's school or future as a result of just being around alcohol. And I'm wondering, Don, if you might be able to shed some light for us on the criminal sanctions associated with minors and alcohol. Could I ask you to do that? And first of all, tell us, where are you practicing these days?
Well, my offices are in Wheaton, and I've been practicing in DuPage County for 23 years. I was also president of the Bar Association here several years ago.
Yes.
So I handle a number of cases involving minors and alcohol, and it's unfortunately a very frequent occurrence, and the penalties continue to grow every year in terms of what a minor might face when they're caught with alcohol relative to their license or any criminal conduct.
Yes, I know it's an extremely serious offense. And I'd like to just break here, Don, because I think what you're going to tell us this evening is so important that I'd like to get it all in a block of time. So let me take a quick break here, and we'll come right back with Attorney Donald Ramsell. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Lewis and Clark, great explorers. Hey, wait. Hi, I'm Thomas Jefferson. Would you check out the West for me? Oh, sure.
And they take their keelboat up the Missouri.
Oh, Buffalo.
Then they built Fort Mandan.
They're at 1804. Made some friends along the way. I'm Secretary Ware.
Through the Columbia Gorge. Ah!
There are tons of ways to help with your kids' learning. Find the really good ones on connectforkids.org.
The sweet Pacific Ocean. Yeah!
Do you need guidance on a foreclosure or bankruptcy matter? Have you been hurt at work or suffered a personal injury? Do you need help filing for a divorce? The Lawyer Referral Service is a public service of the DuPage County Bar Association. Please call us from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday at 630-653-9109. Se habla español. To access the service online, log on to www.dcba.org